Yay. Perfect.
Have you ever felt like you were more worthless than the piece of gum that was on your shoe? I definitely have. Since the 4th grade, I've always battled with depression, and it's caused demons to basically build up inside me, and I've been fighting them ever since. And still to this day, it's an ongoing battle, and it has never stopped. There's never really been a rest for it. The demons that I've built up within myself have caused me a lot of depression over the years, and which has basically led me to drug abuse, suicidal thoughts, suicidal tendencies, actions, self-mutilation, and drug and alcohol abuse. There are many causes of depression in people. My main cause was suffering sexual abuse from a family member early on. The sexual abuse that I encountered was enough to cause a lot of mistrust within a lot of people, because when you think about a family member, you think someone who's always supposed to be there for you would make you better. Well, this one kind of ruined it for me. And ever since that happened, it's just been hell for me. My mental and emotional state that developed after that has caused me to have outbursts of rage starting in the 4th grade. Just people kind of just poking the wrong button, and instead of, taking an escalator up to a certain level, I took the elevator. I just went straight up and did not really care about the consequences of the actions that I was causing others. The way that I tend to act when it comes to stuff like that throws up a lot of alarms for people. What I would do a lot is I would skip school, kind of just go fishing, just do my own thing. After a while, seeing a therapist and all that, they suggested that I try maybe doing some kind of physical exertion to kind of counteract the emotion and the mental stress I was experiencing, so I went to gymnastics. The energy that you need for gymnastics kind of kept it in check for a little bit, but after a while, it was not enough for me. So then I turned to self-mutilation, cutting, all that stuff, and I do have the scars to prove it. I just don't like to show them. By the 7th grade, when I started to cause harm to myself, I would always wear shirt or sweatshirts, wristbands, anything to cover up, the pain that I felt inside by trying to release with self-mutilation. And like I said, gym kind of made that easy for me as well, because on a lot of the events we'd have to wear wristbands, and in gym you wear as minimal clothing as possible. So I would pick the places where you can't really see. Chest, stomach, wrists, thigh, butt cheeks. And then when that didn't become enough, I became suicidal. I started experimenting with drugs a little bit, and then I tried to OD. I tried to cut myself as deep as I can to bleed out, because I just didn't want to kind of live with the demons that I have been battling since the 4th grade. By my sophomore year, I was cutting in more visible places as kind of a, hey, help me, without saying help me, because nobody wants to cry for help because it's a sign of weakness. And I myself do not like to present myself as being weak, because through nature, weakness gets you killed. After a while, when the cutting wasn't doing it, I started experimenting with, and not just painkillers, but different kinds of drugs, psychedelics, uppers, downers, and all that. In my junior year, when I started doing that, it helped for a little bit, but it quickly had another downslope. My grades were failing, and it just caused more depression, because with the drug abuse, with the withdrawals, it's just all bad. The drugs would just cause bad trips. because you have this emotional state out already, and it's just not good for anybody. The way I got out of that was through the therapy and through actually trying to talk about it with my mom, because she didn't know for a while. And then I told her the cause of my depression, and so we sought help. And now I'm doing a lot better. I haven't cut, stopped drugs, partying on occasions, but just with alcohol. Sexual abuse from a family member was my main trigger for my depression. It caused me to walk down a path of self-destructiveness, self-mutilation, suicidal tendencies, and it just led to a lot of instability in my life. My biggest enemy was myself, not wanting to talk about it when my life could have been a lot different if I had.
That's good, bro.
Nobody teared up.
Ending Taylor's